Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Dom is here. We're going to talk about Dom.
Repeat it.
You had a little bit of nerves.
They said, fuck what the women think.
If you guys ever get the luxury of shooting a fire extinguisher out.
I'm just such a fucking mess. Yeah. If I have to suffer through that, then so does everyone else.
Yeah, for real. There is a conspiracy about like time travel or whatever. Like, it's an alternate universe now.
Okay. Everybody talk.
Hello?
Yes. Hello?
It's very unprofessional for Dom's first time being here.
I know.
He thinks we're fucking...
You guys,
This is a lackluster thing you guys got going on over here.
this is so embarrassing.
I want to talk to your guys' production team after
We're going to be
this.
honest with you. This is our second go around.
I've got limited time out here wasting my time.
You got work tomorrow?
Yeah, it was fine.
Damn. 9 in the what time? 5, 6?
My first case is at like 7:30. So, no, I'm fine.
Okay. Hello. Welcome to episode 14.
Yeah, we had about 20 minutes of content.
Thank God I fucking saw that. Thank God I saw it 25 minutes in, but if I could have caught it 3 minutes in, that would have been a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are here with our good old pal Dom Yunchai. He's our guest for today. So today does feel weird because we are recording 2 days before we put it out. Today is Tuesday.
Yep.
We're going to drop this episode on Thursday because I won't have time to drop this
You're
tomorrow.
going to be a busy girl. Fee.
Yeah, I sure am. Yeah.
Calling in tomorrow or what?
No.
Nah, not dedicated.
You know, life happens, and we couldn't get the episode out on a Wednesday, so we have to put it out on a Thursday, and people are just going to have to deal
Yeah, I'm
with
surprised we got it out.
Period.
If we get it out Thursday, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
No, I thought the whole week was going to be like just skip a week.
Yeah. Well, that's how dedicated I
Here we
actually
are.
am. Okay, so Dom is here. We're going to talk about Dom after we get into these facts that all these two boys have already heard.
Yeah.
So try to add some new content in.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to be so knowledgeable on these facts.
Yeah, right.
I was kind of zoning in and out the first time because I was like, all right, what am I going to say next? So I was like, all right, how early did they become a millionaire?
Oh, fuck you.
Got it.
Okay. Call back to Robert's episode. We were talking about generations. Kara watched it late. You guys go ahead. Say what do you want to say about that?
Damn it, Kara. Why the fuck you watching it late?
What the hell you been up to?
Okay, yeah. So Kara watched it late, and she said that her great grandma Busha Mary is 107.
107, right? Yeah.
She's 107, so she's part of the greatest generation that we talked about on Robert's episode. Mm-hmm. So she's a boss ass bitch. That's all I have to say about that.
I wonder what her like skincare routine is.
I can ask.
Yeah.
Why does she look good?
I mean, if
she looks 107 in my opinion, but like,
damn, don't show her that.
Cut it.
Kara can say what she wants to say. Okay, fine. She looks 103.
You don't tell a 107-year-old you look 107.
I don't know her.
You say
Tell her she look.
you look
like
a
you're
day
still in the double digits.
You look a day
that's the
over
greatest
95.
compliment.
Yeah. But I feel like when you get old, there's just a certain part where you just look old.
Don't
like,
give a shit.
You can't look 107 or 95. There's just no in between anymore. Okay, Boy Meets World Halloween episode.
She was saying Boys Meets World.
Yeah, I have said it my whole life. It's a Michigan thing. You know how Kroger's,
I say
Myers.
That. Yeah, I had S's.
Boys Meets Worlds.
Just one,
so many worlds.
Just one boy is meeting one world. That's it.
Yep.
One boy meets a world.
There might be multiple worlds, though. You don't know.
Okay. In that Boy Meets World episode, Sean is having a dream.
Yep.
So that's what the premise of it. He has a dream, and it's like a nightmare, and they're killing the kids in the school.
Because we were saying, like, how does it pick up if they all die? How does it pick up the next episode of them all being okay, you know? But that's why,
because it was a dream. Yeah, and they were like in detention or something, and he thought Mr. Feeney was fucking with them. But he wasn't. Mr. Feeney never fucked with them. He only gave them wisdom.
No, he was a class act gentleman.
He gave some bad advice at one point, though, in that episode.
What advice?
Or maybe it was like the next episode. No, out of the dream.
Oh.
What was it?
It might have been like the next episode. Not bad advice, but I was like, damn, like, he was just kind of joking with Sean, but he's like, you're like a troubled kid. He's like, so? He's like, just keep moving.
Keep troubling?
Some shit like that.
No,
like,
I watched the episode after that, or 2 episodes after that or something, and it's when Corey and Sean get caught drinking.
the dad.
Yeah, and the dad was fucking so mean
Ruthless.
to Sean. I was so fucking mad.
The dad was like hoeing Sean.
Like, so, like, you influenced my son.
He's like, you're a bad influence. Like,
Yeah. and it was Corey that brought the alcohol.
You're a bad kid or something like that. And then,
I feel like there's everyone's got that story though, where like someone was probably the better kid, and then there was a bad kid.
We talked about it with Samir and my mom.
Twice. That story and
the other one.
The Samir story where his parents thought like I was the one
Yeah.
bringing the drugs.
I would feel so sad. I don't have that
I hated it.
Yeah.
I would avoid them.
Yeah. Why would you not?
Because I'm like, these people think I'm fucking a bad kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about Of Mice and Men because James Franco was in that play, and we didn't know which one was the smart one and which one was.
So George was a smart guy. Lenny was the big boy.
Yeah, and George shot Lenny.
George shot him.
Yeah. I just
Look at
remember
the
the
bunny
Spark
rabbit.
Notes version of that book because I think that
You didn't read that book?
I
Fully?
don't remember
It was so
really.
good.
Did you guys like reading in school? Like, did you like the books that you had to read?
The ones I read, I liked.
So to an extent, because growing up, my mom and my sister would like force me to go to Barnes and they would take me to Barnes and Noble, be like, pick out a book and you're gonna read it. Like, so I was forced to read. Like,
Oh,
young.
wow.
So like sometimes when I had to read like those school books, I was like, I don't really like these books, so I would just
Yeah.
spark note them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I read a lot growing up.
Do you read now or no?
No, it's school books.
Right.
How am I gonna read anything else for? All I look at is texts.
Yeah, I guess. But we have our book club, and I love it. I've read 27 books this year.
Wow.
The last book that I read, what you guys ended up reading in your book club was The Shack.
Yeah, great book.
Yeah.
Very, very good book. I love that one.
You told me about that one. That's like the religious one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
It gives you like a different perspective on religion as a whole, and it's really
Is
nice.
it about a specific? Is it
It's
like
about
coming
it's
from
about,
like
Christianity.
Christianity?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
But
Christianity,
like
yeah.
it views stuff differently. Like it's good. It's good.
I feel like it's kind of the way we view things, like when
Yeah.
we speak
The
about
general public
yeah.
kind of is like that. I feel like.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's beautiful, and it makes you feel like better as a Catholic, Christian, Muslim, whatever you may be, because sometimes like in my like I said this at book club, I always felt really guilty about not understanding the Bible or not understanding why people were so harsh with certain things or so critical about certain things, and that book made me feel like seen in a way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the way that book like was for me was like how do kids get cancer?
Yeah.
Like how do good people die? Why do these good things happen to bad people or bad things happen to good
people,
people?
yeah.
It gives like a good explanation. And
It
like,
explains it really well. And
Yeah.
it makes you just like it's more about like being a good person, man, and like kindness. Like the big theme of the movie is like kindness, which is if everyone was kind, this would be a much better world.
So it's a movie.
It
Too
is
now?
a
They made it into a
movie,
movie,
yeah.
but the book shits on the movie.
Yeah, 100%.
Like the actual message of the book is like hardly in the movie. Like,
Really?
it is a little bit. I think that the book like spells it out.
You watched the movie too, then?
Yeah, we all watched it as a
Oh, okay.
as a group.
You know what book I loved? The Giver.
The Giver is a great
I never
one.
had to read The Giver.
It's in a movie now.
Yeah, I know that. I heard it's good. I feel like it's a cool concept
Yeah.
of it. It's
I
like
love that
a
shit.
utopian, dystopian
Yep.
society type of stuff. Yeah.
You know what movie I just watched the other day? Let me look it up, see what it's called. You know who was in it? The guy from Inside Man. What's his name? Inside Man.
Don't even know that.
Inside Man cast.
What's the movie about?
It's like a dystopian future. It's pretty good. Clive Owen. It got 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, the tomato meter is off the charts.
It's called Children of Men.
Nah, I haven't seen it. I
haven't
like
even heard of
90%
it.
I like the
Rotten Tomatoes.
dystopian like future.
Love
stuff.
that shit. Pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll give you. I don't want to ruin it.
I would always survive
Watch
longer
it. It's
than
pretty
anyone
good.
else in those like futuristic, like apocalyptic shows
Yeah.
or anything. That
I wouldn't.
I feel like I would.
Last. I got a plan.
You know how I found it? Because I was looking up movies. I'm like, best movies of the 2000s.
Okay. And that was it?
And that came up like 12th or some shit. And I read the little description. And it was like a dystopian future or whatever. And I was like, this is right up my alley.
Yeah.
And then I love that guy from Inside Man. You guys ever watch Inside Man,
no,
I hope?
No.
It's been a while. Like
The bank robbery one
Yeah.
where the guy slips a diamond after. You know,
I do remember.
Badass movie.
Never. I don't even know who Clive
Watch
Owen
both
is.
of them. Watch both of them. Clive
Okay.
Owen, he's like...
He's an actor. You'd know him if you saw him. I think.
Familiar with that
he
one.
kind of looks like... he's like a
knockoff Gerard
Gerard
Butler.
Butler. I was going to say poor man's Gerard Butler.
Poor man's Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Okay. Stan Lee's real name is Stanley Martin Lieber. So he might have shortened Stanley and separated Stan and Lee, or he might have just shortened Lieber.
I like to think he shortened. He split his first name.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what happened.
How is Liebert spelled? Is it L-E-E-B-E-R-T?
Lieber is
Oh,
L-I.
Lieber.
Like Bieber, but with an L. So
Oh, okay. Could go either way.
Could go either way. Too bad we can't ask him ourselves.
Maybe if he was at our dinner party.
Oh, that would be a great
Dinner party will never happen.
No, it won't ever happen. Okay. Stan Lee tweet about Tom Holland. He said,
Like yours would. George Washington's been dead for so long. What? Your dinner party would happen?
What?
I mean, why can't Stan Lee be in the dinner party?
No, I'm saying
'Cause
none
he's
of our
dead?
dinner parties will happen.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, just because my dinner party guy's dead doesn't mean your dinner party guy can go. Yours has been dead way longer. Mine's still
Who's
kind
in
of
your
fresh.
dinner party?
Oh shit,
5 people.
man, putting me on the spot. I don't really know, honestly, right now. I'd have to think about
think
it.
about it.
I'll think about
We'll
it.
get back to it
Yeah.
later.
Stan Lee's tweet about Tom Holland, he said, I think Tom Holland, 1996, is a great Spider-Man. He is the exact height and age I envisioned when I wrote Spider-Man. Spidey was never supposed to be too large. How is my friend Tom Holland?
Yeah, I
Do
just
you
don't-
think he tweeted that or?
Boy, how you stealing my line, just so you guys know.
It's an alternate universe now.
We're gonna be laughing at shit this whole like first 15
I know,
minutes.
no
You
one's
guys are
gonna
gonna have
get it.
no idea.
Oh my gosh.
You guys are gonna feel stupid.
The first time around, Dom,
Hey.
the first time around,
Cut it.
Cut it.
God, the first time around, Dom asked, do you think that?
I'm sorry. Imagine if I stole your cut it before you had a chance.
Oh my
to
god,
do it.
I'd be so mad.
If I just started screaming cut it, you'd be like mad as hell.
Where you just everyone just starts stealing each other's jokes. We're all just yelling at each other this whole episode.
So one time I was at this bar and I ordered Dragon's Milk beer. And then the bartender was like walking away with her dumb ass.
Butchering it. But you weren't even there.
Oh my
Boy was
God.
afraid of the mountain.
Okay, wait, let's pause for
And
a
she was just
second.
taking forever. She brought everybody else's beer except mine. You know what I was like, what are they milking that dragon over there?
Cut it.
And nobody heard it.
Oh my god.
So I had to repeat it. And
Okay.
at that point it was ruined.
You two shut your mouths really quick.
And then my wife Nicolette was like, hey, repeat it. Repeat it.
My wife.
So I was just screaming across the bar as if she was on the other side of the mountain.
You know what I love? You know what I love about this is he like switched the setting a little bit. Like he said a bar. Like
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
it was a little cafeteria, like a restaurant.
Mm.
Yeah, not really bar.
Like a lodge?
Just so everybody knows, we're stealing each other's joke from the first time we recorded this, so that's why we're laughing so much.
Are we recording right now?
Yes.
God bless.
Oh God. Yeah. So that's why we're laughing so much, and I really do apologize. However, the first time around we had some really good jokes, so you guys are just bringing them back up. So I do want to tell the Dragon's Milk story.
I just told it.
No, but in a better way because that was
All right,
crazy.
quickly.
Butchered.
Okay, here we
No,
go.
I'm kidding.
Do you want to tell her or do you want me to?
No, you go ahead.
Okay,
I'll chime in with my parts.
Perfect. Okay, so we are.
I'll chime in with his same parts.
Wasn't even there.
No, but I know now.
Yeah, so we're at Mount Holly. We're in the cafeteria, restaurant, whatever, and we're all ordering our drinks. And it comes to Dom, and he says, "Can I get the Dragon's Milk?" So she leaves us all, comes back with all our drinks besides Dom's, and
And mind you, like, it's a big table. We
Yeah.
got like 14, 15 of us, and I'm on the very end, and I'm like surrounded by other people. So like she can't get to me closely. Like she can't come whisper in my ear like, "Hey, what were you drinking again?" You know,
yeah,
anything like that. So anything that has to be said has to be from far.
yeah.
Like, go ahead.
So Dom wants to inquire about his drink, but in a funny way. And he says, "What are they doing, milking the dragon back there?" Because he got dragon's milk, milking the dragon.
Top notch dad joke.
Like I truly, that to this day, I'm like, that is such a great joke.
Yeah.
Great job. But nobody heard him besides Beta. So Beta like nudges him, goes, "Go ahead, tell it again. That was funny." Like
I
encouraging
love
him.
that though. And she's like, "Oh, that would have killed."
Encouraging
Go ahead,
him.
repeat
That's
it.
good.
Like, go ahead, tell it again.
Show everyone how my husband's funny.
Yeah.
Come on.
So then
If the joke was shitty, she'd have been like,
yeah, right.
Thank gosh.
So then he says it again. He's like,
What are they doing? Milking the dragon back there? And this time, like, she definitely didn't hear me, but like majority of our friend group like heard me say something, so everyone was like, What? Like some people laughed and other people were like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Damn it, bitch." I was like, "Say it again." I'm like, "What are they doing? Milking the dragon back there?" And they're like, "Oh," like everyone starts laughing, you know. Like me, it's my third time saying it.
the waitress.
And the waitress still didn't hear me.
But she like doesn't hear him, but is asking him like, "What'd you say?" Like,
Huh?
She's like, huh? And I'm like, "Were they milking the dragon back there?"
Like she did not. I don't think she ever actually heard him say that. Did you end up getting your dragon's milk?
Yeah, eventually. I was like, I ordered a dragon's milk, man, please. Like, I'm like over here, like, please just serve me.
So did she drop it off right in front of you? Or like
think
was
they
it
had
like
to-
passed
they
down
had to
type
pass
thing?
it down,
Okay.
yeah.
Because I was going to say when she dropped it off, then you could have been like,
Were they
What
making
were
one
they
dragon
looking at
there?
dragon?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now,
Oh, the teat must have been dry.
no, but now it's just an ongoing joke. So like every time I hear dragon or milk or dragon's milk, I just think of Dom's dad joke that did not hit, and that's what makes it funny because it didn't hit.
That's good.
But okay, moving on.
What's
What
the
other
other one?
dragon joke? Oh,
Do you like dragons?
I'm not answering that. Earlier he asked me, go ahead.
Because if so, I could be dragging these nuts across your face.
I fell for it.
okay. There's another thing that Stanley said about Tom Holland. He said, "It's as if we created a living being to be Spider-Man, and it turned out to be Tom." Stan said at the Denver Comic Con in 2000.
Stan doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. No,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
kidding.
At that point, if someone tells me like, or tweeted like, "Oh, I was made to be Spider-Man," change my name to Peter Parker, wearing a Spidey suit at all times. You know, it might be Venom on the weekends here and there. You got to have a good balance in your life, but
No, seriously. That is such a nice.
I would love to be a superhero.
I know. To play one or to be one?
To be one.
Oh,
Real life.
yeah. I think I would like to play one more than I would like to be one.
What? Are you crazy?
Because you get to like have the experience of it, but you don't have to actually be it, you know?
How you
Nah,
guys
because
are
it's green
talking-
screen shit. You know, it's not like.
Yeah, but Tom
granted,
Holland
it comes
does
to life in the movie, but
Yeah.
Yeah, because in reality, like Iron Man's just like sitting there in front of a green screen.
It's so true. It's so true.
hovering, but not like
Captain
feet
America's
planted
just
to
like
the
literally
ground.
throwing a frisbee.
Yeah.
Like, so
A legit wooden frisbee. Yeah. What were you saying?
Oh, how you guys were talking last episode, like if you could play like one show or anything or one
Yeah.
character in
Mhm.
a movie or TV show, like I'm gonna take it to the animated world and be Peter Griffin.
Dude, that'd be hilarious.
Dude, the amount of shenanigans that guy gets into.
Yeah.
You got a talking dog.
Yeah, but
know.
but you don't want. You're not gonna be.
We were
them.
saying, like,
You're
so
gonna
you would be
act-
like his voice.
I
Yeah.
get to do
You would be
all-
like his
Oh,
voice.
just his voice?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
No, I wanna play the
That's
part.
kind of the.
I wanna
the
ride-
real the live
wanna ride the
action
Peter
Peter
copter.
Peter Griffin.
Are they
Oh,
making a live action film?
No, there was a
No.
guy.
Or did I
There's a-
see one like
there's
a
video of a
of
guy
it?
like
Yeah.
Comic-Con that literally looked just like him?
And they made those lifelike cartoons that
The Simpsons.
yeah
I saw.
that
Yep.
we like sent
Are
yeah. And
they
I think-
doing a Simpsons movie or?
No, no, no,
They've done Simpsons movies.
no. But he's
I
talking
mean,
about.
like,
Family
a
Guy's
live
the only
action.
one that hasn't done a movie.
but he
No
means like
shit.
live action.
I mean, like live action.
yeah.
On
No.
ice.
The Simpsons on ice.
Isn't it crazy how the Simpsons like predicts things
Oh yeah.
Did you see the new one
No.
of the Queen? I just saw it today.
about her dying?
Yeah, so she died on 8/9/22. Whatever. Anyways, Homer crashes into like her carriage.
Uh huh.
She falls over, and then like they zoom in on her, and like in the background there's a date,
Mm.
and it's that date.
I
That's
don't
crazy.
get it. I don't get
8/9, but the 8 and 9 were flipped.
I feel like.
But that's how it is
it. In
in
England.
England.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like some things are like up to chance. Like Simpsons has so many episodes,
Right.
and I mean, you think about so many different scenarios,
Yeah.
but like down to like the date like that. Like I
That's
was
what's
thinking about,
fucking
like to
crazy.
me, it comes to mind like the Family Guy episode. They literally make a joke at Bruce Jenner. Like it shows Bruce Jenner before Bruce Jenner like became Caitlyn Jenner,
Oh wow.
and like it literally says like, oh no, Bruce Jenner is not a man. Like it literally says that's a woman. Like literally says it, like talking about Bruce Jenner.
Oh
In the
my
Family Guy episode, this is
gosh.
before,
Really?
Like she
What?
transitioned or anything like that.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Time
Wow.
travel, dude.
Time travel.
Yeah. Someone's
simulation.
doing it.
Something.
Someone had to have done it.
No one's telling us.
There's
No
a
one's telling
conspiracy
us
of Donald
shit.
Trump being a time traveler. Did you ever see that?
Can we not?
Is that we don't have to go into
is that
it.
why his hair's always stuck? Like
he's flying
he's
through
going
time,
through a
space and
wormhole
shit.
really quick.
That's too.
But there
silly.
is it's a pretty good one. I don't know.
There's conspiracy that like all the high ups are lizard people too.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that one's kind of crazy.
Armchair Expert has like a spin-off show and it's called Armchair and Dangerous with this guy, and he's like a documentarian, and he like always is looking up conspiracy theories and stuff. And
Like a dangerous like
Yeah.
armchair, like iron, like the Iron Throne, like a dangerous armchair.
yes.
might stab you a little bit.
Sure. But there's an episode about the lizard people, and it's such a good one, and you
Oh,
guys should listen to
really?
it. Yeah, they talk about like a bunch of conspiracy theories. So like they talked about like JFK conspiracy theories or lizard people conspiracy theories, or like the pizza parlor. Remember that?
Pizzagate.
Yeah, the Pizzagate conspiracy theories, like all of that type of stuff. And it's good because a lot of the times he just debunks them and makes
Yeah.
everyone look like an idiot. But it's good. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man. Uncle Ben does die in it. We do see Uncle Ben die in that one. Rubber Band Man was at the beginning of Infinity War. You said
I still think it's in the beginning of Endgame.
Wrong.
it's not.
Go ahead. Keep going with the facts.
It's in Infinity War. And then I was thinking of Mr. Blue Sky at the beginning of Guardians in the Galaxy 2 when they're fighting and Groot is like, dun, 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 dun. Yeah,
I love those songs. Like you just connect them with the movie. Like I was saying, like, I still haven't.
You're right.
I still haven't listened.
But
to
I was initially also right.
No, you weren't.
Wrong.
Because she said it was from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and I said
No, it's not.
no, it's either
Infinity Game or End.
yeah.
But like I haven't listened to. I was saying that.
So you're wrong, and I know you hate being wrong.
You're such a bitch.
I haven't listened to the new Rihanna song just because I know it's going to be in the new Black Panther. So I was like, I want to wait to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I heard that's going to be played. Spoiler.
Way to say it first.
I heard that's going to be played during the funeral
Who'd you hear
of
that
the Black
from?
Panther. I came across it on Instagram.
I heard it on a podcast.
Which podcast?
Me too.
An unposted podcast in the
Oh
archives.
my god. This is brutal. Okay.
Deleted scenes. Unrecorded gems.
Right? No, seriously, because we still have it on video.
Oh yeah.
You know, so we can show people. But yeah, no, that's gonna be so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't
With
wait.
that whole scene, Black Panther, all of that, and I'm very excited for it.
Is what's his name going to be in it? Michael B. Jordan?
I thought he died.
I can't remember. I don't
I don't know.
Did he die?
I think he did. His character died.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Okay, so most successful film franchise. I said it was Star Wars, but they're actually at number 2 with $10.2 billion in the box office.
I bet you I can guess who was number 1.
Go ahead.
Marvel, I think.
Yeah, Marvel.
Marvel
I still got you.
is in.
You should have just came out and said it. But we did know that regardless.
Yeah, you guys
even
did guess
without
that.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
re-recording.
They came in at number 1 at $22.5 billion. We were talking about millionaires and age of becoming a millionaire.
I want to clarify. I think it's 37. First.
Okay.
There's a million. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that.
It's okay. Data was collected by Betway Insider, and they revealed that the average age to become a millionaire is only 37, but becoming a first-time billionaire takes a bit longer, with the average age of 51. Okay, and then I do want to talk about this again, and I'm sorry because you guys had to hear me talk about it the first time, but you're gonna have to hear me talk about it again because I hear you guys
I can't wait to hear about your emotions.
overthink. Yeah,
Oh
thanks.
yeah.
Okay,
Thank
so
you, Josie. By the way.
yeah, so Josie, this is for, I'm just gonna look at the camera and not even talk to you two. Josie Snapchatted me and she was talking. Hey, don't do that. Stop.
We're just doing our own thing.
No, you guys are miming. You guys are background
From Modern
actors.
Family.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh god, this is a really good episode to watch, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, but we were talking about the human design and how we should or we do decide things emotionally, and every time I hear the word emotional or you're being emotional, I get triggered because I feel like it makes me feel weak and not like in tune with myself. But Josie made me realize that it's can be the opposite, and if you understand your emotions, are in tune with your emotions, it can be a strength, and I am okay with that now.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with being like an emotional person and like passionate, because I could just not give a fuck about
Rather
anything.
than the flippity flip.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Like, okay, let me tell you
Yeah,
guys
you gotta
this.
be careful of those flippity floppers.
No, I want to tell you guys this. Listen, please listen to this. So I was at a Lions game this Sunday, and somebody really was mean to me. Really, really
Oh
mean
my
to me.
God. Yeah, I knew that was gonna piss you off too. I was worried it was gonna like
Ruin my
pamper
whole-
your like
Yeah.
next hour. I swear to God, I honestly
Yeah,
was.
so I'm at the Lions game, and the video board literally says "get louder." So I'm like on my fucking feet, and I'm using my voice that my mama gave me, and I'm screaming for the fucking Lions because
And they won because of those screens.
yeah. So you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, we needed the draft pick, so
Sorry,
keep your voice down.
but
Don't
yeah.
go to any more games.
So then this guy in front of me, like, such a dick. I'm sorry, I don't know.
In front.
In front of me, turns around and goes like, "Whoa!" Like, think Ross from Friends when he's like, "Keep it down."
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, "The fuck," you know? I'm like, "What?" And he's like,
that would make me so
yeah,
mad.
and he was like, "Can you like scream from your diaphragm?" I'm like, "Oh, I know how to scream from my diaphragm." Whatever. And that's basically it. And I was just like, dude, we're at a fucking sporting event where people are drinking.
Yeah.
It says get loud.
It says get louder. we just fucking had a great play. Like, what? Am I not supposed to be excited? Like,
but see, that's something, you know, that just because the type of person you are, like, you were like, kind of like, oh, fuck, like, what the fuck? But that's his fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like, he's a bad guy.
For sure.
Know? And he might just had a bad moment.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he's not, like, always like that. But
For sure.
he's the fucking asshole.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
You're not the loud...
annoying person.
You're not that loud annoying person. You're doing it when you're supposed to be doing it. You know, now if you're at a restaurant...
Exactly.
And like the table next to you is trying to have a nice quiet dinner and you're fucking screaming, that's a little different.
Yeah.
You know, then you can be like, oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
But at a fucking
Archie.
Here, I'll throw it.
No, but I know, and I was just like, I was fine for a little bit, and it did get to me actually a little bit during the game and stuff, and I was like, fuck, like, I don't want to feel bad for
You
doing
came to us
that.
for comfort. You're like, hey,
was
this
like,
asshole.
Like right away, I went to the group chat and I was like, this fucking guy just told me to be quiet. And I just think that's so mean. That's mean. Like what we talk about being mean, like to me, he intentionally turned around and was like being a fucking jackass.
Yeah,
and
but he doesn't know, like, because you could easily.
But and then I
he
tried.
does,
but the
maybe
thing
he
is,
doesn't know you're over here gonna get sad by it or whatever.
But the thing is, I tried to like lighten the mood and like make it funny and like be like, oh, like not make him like be uncomfortable about what just happened. Like, you should not fucking do that, number one. Number two, whatever. And then he still was just like such a dick about it. And his wife was like, oh my God, like did that?
For real?
Yeah. And
Fuck
I was like,
his wife too.
And I was like, oh, okay, what the fuck? I moved down because I'm like, I don't feel like being around people like
Why
that.
are they going to the game?
But don't come to the fucking game. Literally, you guys, we fucking
That guy's a dad.
We intercepted a ball and he was golf clap. Like,
see, now if you could go back, you can flip it on him and be like, oh, because you know how like the new age people get like triggered by like clapping and shit,
right?
Kind of you throw that in his face, like, don't come to a loud arena.
Don't clap your hands at me.
Yeah, like, but like you should, like, do you want me to start snapping or something?
Yeah,
like,
like
are you
what am I
triggered
supposed
by
to
my
do
fucking
here?
screaming?
Yeah, it's so fucking annoying.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, that's the guy that sits at home. And he's watching TV and his wife bangs the dishes or something. He goes, "Hey, I'm watching my program. Keep it down."
Yeah,
that's that guy.
Dom is here.
Yeah. So, anyways, Dom's here, and if you're not watching the video, he's wearing pajamas.
Yep. You guys voted me most likely to wear pajamas out, so here I am.
Yep.
So here he is.
Here I am, my onesie.
And this Ted.
He used to talk, but it's out of battery now, unfortunately.
Yeah, you look great.
So what does it say?
Thunder Buddies.
Thunder Buddies for life, buddy.
Fuck
you, Thunder.
I was saying more so. What does it say when you press it? But quotes from the movie, I already know that.
Okay, so let's talk about Dom and let's talk about who he is.
All right, real quick though. I'm gonna
change. He's been wearing it for longer than you think.
Oh. First time we ever had a stripper on the show.
Oh yeah, you could even do it just like that. Oh sweet. Yep.
Okay.
Now you look like a hunter. You know how the hunters wear the
bib.
Yeah. This guy fucking started. This guy bought a bow, and then he goes and buys a Bass Pro.
I had Bass Pro.
I don't believe it.
Talk to Rob.
Right.
Get the facts.
Right.
$7. Steal. Always had Bass Pro.
It is a badass deal. Are they always that cheap? Really? Fuck yeah.
Okay, so Dom, who are you?
My name is Dom.
Dom is my brother-in-law.
D to the O-M.
Brother-in-law. Dom is my brother-in-law, if you haven't picked that up yet from the last 13 episodes.
I'm married to Beta, not Rob.
Yeah, he is brother-in-law from Beta, not Robert, just to clarify.
Though he probably sometimes wishes it was Robert.
Yes. But we want to talk about the first time we've all met each other. And I did ask you this before, but maybe we can just talk a little bit about it. Whether like you knew any of us before meeting Beta and then meeting all of us. Did you know of anyone in our group?
Not really. No, like I knew Nick, knew Mandy. Other than that,
We even more so just like met Nick in like
yeah, like
passing
met
type
him in
thing.
passing. Yeah, I think Nicolette used to go to Lifetime. Knew Nicolette from Lifetime, and that's literally it that I think that I knew.
Did you go to Lifetime in Rochester?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I never heard about you before you dated Beta.
Yeah, stay low key.
Never heard. I didn't know about Steve. We already talked about that. Like, it's just weird. And then these people come into your life, and then you can't remember life without them. You know, it's
Wait,
bizarre.
we missed it. What about what New Year did we go?
That was 2020.
That was 2019 into 2020.
20
when we got the Airbnb in Royal Oak or Ferndale or whatever.
Ferndale. That was 2019 into 2020.
First time
Labor Day /
technically
Lindsay's
meeting
birthday
you,
party.
Yeah, it was 350, but I don't remember meeting you. Like I said, I was focusing. It was my first time meeting Beta's siblings, so I was focusing on that.
No, you
sure.
met me a
As you
different
should.
time. You met me in.
Oh, I met you in Chicago.
Yeah.
Well, first
But
time
like
meeting Rob.
but now it's like
Rob and then everyone else, and she's bringing me out. It's like, oh, Beta's bringing her boyfriend out,
yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Were you nervous meeting Robert at all?
Not really. Honestly, like Beta said, like we would get along and stuff, and I don't know. I mean, nervous a little bit. Like you're always going to be nervous.
Just-
like I don't want to say
You
the
had a
wrong
little bit of
thing.
nerves.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves, but I wasn't like, oh my god, like this is going to be. Just go with it.
Yeah. The first time I met Dom was in Chicago, and it was like shortly after you and Beta had met for the first time. You
3
guys,
days.
yeah, you guys had your date at Desert Oasis. I think we've talked about this on the podcast. And then, lo and behold, Dom somehow was going to Chicago the same weekend we
Coincidentally,
were.
Same bar,
No, I'm
too.
kidding.
Same
You had to
bar.
buy tickets, okay?
Yeah,
That
somehow.
is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Though.
It is. It's crazy. I mean, Fremont is like the place to go. I feel like sometimes, like
Yeah.
when you're down there too.
For Lollapalooza, was it?
No, that
No,
was
that's
for
St.
St.
Patrick's
Patrick's Day.
Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, it's crazy that the gap between when you guys met everyone, because I met him in March of 2018, and then he met everybody else in September of 2018. You know, so it's just that's why I was like, that's the first time you guys met, but yeah,
Well, you keep it
low key.
You
for
keep
a
it low
bit.
key in the beginning,
Yeah.
make sure everything's going smooth, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. I met Nicolette. So what day did you meet Beta? Or like you guys like had a date night?
Yeah.
Or like kind of like a
Yeah, we had a date.
meet and greet, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But it was like February 24th because it was Nick's birthday. I know that.
Okay.
Ours was like right around then. too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that is wild. You all have like the same trajectory of your
Mhm.
relationships. Yeah.
All of us grew up at the same time.
Yeah, I swear.
Yeah. Besides me.
We're
Fuck.
still growing.
You're tagging along.
Oh God. So do you have anything that you want to bring up or you kept in your back pocket for the podcast? I like to ask this of guests because
It's funny because every time I listen, like I'll text Samir too. Sometimes like, oh, we gotta talk about this. Like, oh, I want to talk about this, and I'm completely blanking on everything.
Always.
always,
that's
I
how it
mean, it's
goes.
just what happens. That's why you got to keep those notes, that notes app out. I mean, I know why would you? This isn't your podcast,
Yeah.
but you guys should see my notes. They're crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like they are crazy.
Good. I got 3 lines in there that I probably put the first podcast.
I did want to talk to you because Dom is he was a nurse for quite a while. Now he's in school to be a, can you say the word? Because I can't.
Nurse anesthetist.
There you go. If I tried, I would have butchered it
Yeah, it's
completely.
tough.
So he's a very smart boy. So, and he also was a nurse during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it would be really nice for you to like talk about like your perspective. And I have like questions too, if you're okay with it.
Yeah, 100%.
Did it change like your view on anything? Because I feel like I remember that time period, and you got a phone call. You were here, and you
Yeah,
were
I was
like
hanging out with
on
you guys. I
call.
was on call. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got a phone call, and you're like, "Well, I'm going in," and that was like the last time we saw you for months.
It was a while. It was kind of surreal. Like I went in that night, and they're like, "Oh, COVID's ramping up." But that night, I didn't know. Like I went.
How many
I
weeks in was this?
At the beginning. Like,
Okay.
Beginning of COVID.
Very beginning, quarantine just had started,
Yeah. Like
Just
just,
had started. and he was here, and they called him in.
Here.
Yes.
So they called me in. I went and I like texted Beta like once I got there and like realizing what was going on. I was like, "Hey, I'll see you in a couple weeks," because I knew like it was about to get crazy there. And like at the time, we know shit now, and like we all have different views of COVID now versus then. Like
Of course, yeah.
when COVID first hit, I mean, anyone who wasn't scared is lying. Like
I wasn't at all.
really,
I'm
you never,
I'm
you
just
never,
keeping it
you
honest.
never,
I'm
you
just
never
keeping
for
it
one
100.
moment were worried. Like all right,
maybe
like what if my parents get this? I don't want my parents to get this and die. Like you
yeah,
and-
like I guess worried like damn, like should I go home because I was just
Yeah.
hanging out?
yeah.
Kind of a little bit like that, but
I mean, no, I'm not. There's a lot of people.
You're
who play
right
with
in
this,
the
yeah.
general sense. You are right.
There
Like
was, in some point,
Did I have it in the back of my mind?
Had to have
Yeah.
been like, all right, this
Yeah.
is
Scary.
scary. It's a new disease that came over.
Yeah.
All we knew was overseas. It was killing
but it's easy for me
people.
to say now too.
Yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
easy for me to say now like
In
oh I knew it was
retrospect.
overblown. Like
Well, because I remember when it was first happening, we had a party here in the basement. And, like people were coughing, and Dennis.
Yeah.
I remember Dennis was like,
It's gonna be bad.
yeah. I remember like people were like nervous. Like honestly,
Yeah.
when we were hanging out here, we were hanging out in this basement. Like when it first like came
Yeah,
over
it was
here.
a week before everything had shut down because we were having a birthday. We were supposed to go out that night, that weekend. We were supposed to go out for Liz's birthday, and I said, I'm like, I don't know. I honest to God think that we should stay at home. I just really don't know. We should go out, and then we decided we're just gonna have it here, and then a week later, everything shut down.
Yeah.
So that's just crazy.
Yeah.
And I
Should've
remember
went out.
Dennis saying, right? We should have fucking had our
We
last
didn't know it was gonna
hurrah.
shut down for a
Yeah,
minute.
but Dennis was saying, yeah, this is gonna get bad, and all of us were like, no, come on. He's like, no, I have friends in China. Like, this is gonna get bad, and we're like, okay, whatever. But yeah, so did it change your perspective at all on anything in that time period, like how people reacted to things, whether it's like medical advice, like, you know, I don't know. Does that make sense?
It's a little broad.
So like for me, like if I was a medical professional and I was giving people advice and people were kind of just whatever, they don't know what they're
throwing it
talking
away.
about.
Oh, it made you think a little bit more like, all right, not, a lot more people are more worried about themselves than mass public, first off. Like, kind of opens your eyes on that. Healthcare is always going to be messed up monetarily, like insurance, everything like that. It just screws up healthcare. So that COVID didn't change my
perspective on
healthcare, really. But it's also different too, because you got to think, I see this. I took care of the patients. I literally saw the pandemic as the Beaumont chart went from here to here. Like, we took some of the first COVID patients, then our unit turned into a full COVID.
Was it like fucking all hell breaking loose in these hospitals, like at the peak?
Kind of like when we first got our first COVID, like I was in charge. Like I worked nights at the time, and I worked a lot. Like especially when COVID hit, because I had nothing else to do. I was staying with George, Leon's brother. He worked on my unit as well. So I was just working a bunch. So I was in charge like majority of the nights. So like being charge nurse means like you're kind of overseeing the entire floor, overseeing all the patients. You know, so you're talking to higher ups in the hospital. Like, you know, when you're just taking care of a patient, you're kind of just worried about your physician and your care team for that patient. But like charge, you're kind of working with tower manager, hospital execs, like going to meetings, kind of stuff like that. So you see a little bit more. And policies are just changing every day. Like I'd go in big, oh, this is different now. Like if you get a COVID patient, you got to run downstairs. You got to try to get a cart, like fill it up with PPE, stuff like that. Like my unit, like every unit was stockpiling.
It was
like,
just so much guessing too.
We're
right?
stockpiling because we're like, all right, I mean, same thing I said earlier, like everyone's out for themselves. Like our unit, we're all in a hospital together, but like my unit's like, I know there's a closet full of masks, like closet full of PPE, because of like, if this gets lost everywhere else, like let's at least, you know, hold on to some stuff for ourselves, you know? So like,
because you just don't know at that point. You don't know what
it was every man's for themselves. Like when COVID first came, the reason why so many people were dying is you don't know what happens. Like all we know is this disease and people are dying. Getting down to a molecular level of what's going on, like,
was there, I don't know if this is a proper question, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, was there a lot of people dying in the hospitals?
Oh yeah.
Like it was like,
well, I worked in the ICU, and you guys know the statistics on like when a patient had to get vented.
Yeah,
so
then
like,
it was like bad.
Yeah, like so majority of my patients died. Like I'll never forget my first COVID death. It was a lady, she'd been married for 50 years. And it was like 2 a.m. or something like that. And it's like, we do make exceptions. Like during that time we were making exceptions. Like if it was end of life, we would bring a family member back, one family member, you know. Imagine your family member is dying and only one person go. How do you decide who goes?
Yeah.
Or nonetheless, you've been married 50 years. This guy is 2 a.m. and he's like, I have no way to get there. Like imagine being married 50 years and you can't say goodbye to your wife.
Yeah.
Like that shit hit me. I'll never forget that. Like that's terrible. So like, it ended up being less deadly percentage-wise and stuff like that, but to that percentage that it happened to, it's traumatic, you know?
Yeah.
Was it, and old people matter too, I'm not saying that, I'm saying, was it majority like, because she was married 50 years, she must have been...
Yeah, she
80.
was older. I mean, a lot of them, were older.
They were majority, like...
Yeah, and you would see, like, African-Americans too, because they're at high risk for that. You could generalize the population there a little bit, but there was everything too. I mean, dude, one of the patients I took care of for a month straight, like he got out, he was 39 or something like that, I want to say.
No other health.
He was on the news. No, he was a little bit sick, but like he was still a young guy, like healthy, you know, healthy enough. But it depends, dude. Like if you were that first wave, you were probably going to die or not have good, if you were on my unit, good quality of life for... You're going to have deficits, neurological, whatever, heart problems after. Like, it just sucks because if you were that early window, they didn't know what was going on. Then you start to learn, like, all right, we're having cytokine storms. But, like, you send off, a lab called like an interleukin 6 lab. So like if you want to know if they're having that storm going on or if they're having these like inflammation levels that can cause clotting and all this stuff, you have to send that lab in, and then you have to wait for that lab result to know if that person qualifies for the medications that are currently being used for COVID. Mm-hmm. There was one place in Utah that was running that labs, so you weren't getting your labs till 7 days later.
Oh my gosh! So it's like already too late.
It's too late. Yeah. So like if you were in that early window where we're still trying to figure stuff out, like,
and you got it bad, and you're pretty much like,
you were out of luck.
From like my perspective, I feel like what bothered me so much is at the beginning we didn't know what was going on, so they were giving us directions or suggestions on how to handle things or what to do or what not to do, and then they would change it because we would learn things, and people would get so mad about, oh, but you guys told us to do this and now we have to do this, and I'm like, it's because we're learning things. And like there were like
the pathophysiology of heart disease didn't get figured out overnight,
right? So like you're learning things, so then we get to adjust what our processes are. And then I mean, obviously there are so many inconsistencies throughout COVID and the shutdowns and everything that were very frustrating as citizens, but like for me, I was just like, how can we just keep people safe? Like, I just want to keep people safe, you know?
Yeah, if for me it was, you know, it might not help, like whatever, masking, unmasking, vax, whatever.
Yeah.
It might not help, but it might be the difference to save one person's life.
Right.
That's what I do for my work. So like I have that mentality more than other people. You know, some people might not have that mentality or like even think that way at all, but that's nothing against them, but that's just like what you do also play into that. You know?
So there's obviously like a better protocol now, like with like a COVID patient or whatever. But my thing is like COVID's still there.
Yeah.
Right now.
But now we know a lot more about it. Now it's different variants, so it's not as
rates are down too.
So it's not as like
you get herd immunization over time. So like
so that's what we wanted, right? Like we wanted herd immunization. That's what we were trying to do. So basically, what happened is, I think. So please correct me if I'm wrong, because I might not know. Is variant after variant came out, and then it finally became the least. Like the one that is out there now is the least impact, like, or effect. Detrimental. Yeah. Like, is that correct? Is that like what we wanted?
Least mortality. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, it's also too like over time, like herd immunity is like over time. This person got this disease. So herd immunity. A classic example of herd immunity is chickenpox parties.
Okay.
So you know your kid has chickenpox. We want to make sure our kids don't grow up to get shingles, which can be much more deadly and much more painful later on. So like, oh, there's a chickenpox party. All right, bring the kids over. We're gonna
get everybody.
You don't hear about it as much nowadays, but we're gonna get them all chickenpox at the same time.
Oh, okay.
That way they have the immunity in them. It's the same thing. So it's like, I get this disease, and then I build up the IgG antibodies and whatever to it. So I will spread it less, and then Samir gets it, or he gets the antibodies, or he gets the vaccine, or whatever, and he'll spread it less. So more people getting it and getting safe from it and recovering from it, and then more people getting vaccinated. It's just all it is like building up antibodies to a disease. Like you're building up an army against something. That's kind of the easiest way to describe like herd immunity.
Yeah, it's crazy how long COVID lasted. Like the whole, I mean, it's still happening today, so people still get it, but luckily it's not what it was, thank God. But that's just such a crazy time to think that we actually lived in it. Like we actually went through that. We actually weren't allowed to go certain places, see certain people. We had to wear masks all the time.
My thing, I don't know. Like we're gonna look back on this, like when we have kids, and then they're gonna ask us, like, "Oh my God, like 2020, what was it like?" Like my view is much different than yours because like you were in the hospitals or whatever.
Yeah, I had the worst year. Everyone else had the best year, man.
You know,
everyone was playing video
I
games.
worked every day.
Well, and I was jealous. All my friends playing video games
all
day.
Damn.
I was working nonstop.
No, yeah, that sucked for you for sure. But to me, it was way overblown. Way overblown. Like we were sold on the idea that people were gonna die walking the streets. That's how it was sold. You probably don't remember, but that's what was like put on the news.
But I don't think that's how it's sold. I think that's what people wanted to take it as. Because what they were trying to do is stop people from going out, stop getting it spread, so we can figure out what the fuck it even is and then treat the people correctly. And instead, everybody fucking went up and crazy, and then people didn't listen to the recommendations, and then it lasted longer than it needed to. There are places around the world that they weren't shut down that long, that they didn't have to have the close downs that we did because they did do the recommended.
Yeah, I mean, everybody did it. All restaurants shut down, everything shut down, movie theaters, bowling alley, like everything was shut down. So if you wanted to go somewhere, you went to someone else's house. You weren't like going out to a bar or going out to a restaurant.
You know, fighting it all steps of the way.
People were fighting it, but at the end of the day, it was shut down.
Yeah.
Like so, but my thing, like one life is too many. But we could say that about a million things.
But if we didn't do what we did, if we didn't, how you say, blow it out of proportion,
I feel like we'd be in the same.
No, more people would have died.
No way, dude. No way.
What would I just tell you about those first stages? Like those first stages, the first group of people that got it.
That's like such an ignorant thing to say that we would have been exactly the same. Because no, we would not have been. If we would have just been out there doing exactly what we were doing, there's no fucking way. The hospitals were already packed.
I mean, dude, there was videos of hospitals in Detroit with body bags sitting in lobbies because there was no.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing a lot of times that I have to pull myself out of is my own reality and realizing that, like, I had a great time because I was home with my brother and my sister, but a lot of people were going through something really fucked up and traumatic. And, like, there were way too many people that died. It wasn't just one person. It was millions. It got to millions. So, like, that is way too many people.
In a finite amount of time. You know, I mean, it's a pandemic.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a pandemic.
We can definitely.
It could have been worse. It could have been better.
Yeah, exactly. I like to like look back on it now that we're out of it because thank God that we are, and like we never really sit back and think about like what you actually did during that time, and like also thank you because.
Oh, you don't gotta do that.
No, but we do because it's just so that like if
I got free food a lot of nights.
Oh,
it was
big
nice.
deal,
People were buying us food. It was great. George, I got to do a shout out to George right now though, because George was the biggest goat. George is Leon's older brother. I stayed with him during COVID. We worked together. He would walk up to doctors during COVID. He would literally walk up to doctors and be like, "Hey, no one bought us food today."
Good.
Dude, that's his attitude. I love it.
He'd be like, "So, like, are you gonna take care of all these nurses taking care of your patients?"
Yeah.
Dude, he's the best.
And then the guy,
he'd be, "Oh yeah, here's my credit card. Order pizza for everyone." Like, a lot of people stepped up.
Yeah.
Man. Like, I was like, I came up with an idea on my unit, and I was like, all right, well, if we can run IV poles with extension tubing into the rooms, do these medications that we need to titrate often, like life-saving medications.
You don't have to go in.
We don't have to go in, you know, we could expose ourselves less, expose other people less. Problem was we needed like extension cords. And to do that, and like I literally posted on Instagram, I'm like, hey, if you have spare extension cords, like hit me up. I had so many people like, here, how can I help? Like Carly Butterworth, a friend of mine from high school, like she told like her boss about it, and her boss went and bought like shit ton of brand new extensions. Like a lot of people stepped up, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of social media and stuff's gonna construe that too. So it's like you're gonna see both ends. You're gonna see the worst ends of both. You know, so
that's what I was gonna say too. Like
that's everything.
I can sit here and talk about like people that didn't do shit, or like you saw people not care or not listen, whatever. But there are also those amazing people that did step up. Not even nurses, not even medical professionals, but I know personally Miss Kathy, who you know, Kathy Altavilla, the Altavillas. She got people together all the time to make meals and send pizza and do all these amazing things to all these different hospitals. So shout out to all those fucking people.
Yeah, shout out to all you guys.
So nice. And yeah, but thanks for talking about that. I feel like
no problem.
I feel like it is a touchy subject because people have so many different opinions. But at the end of the day, we had like heroes and real people just stepping up and doing what they had to do during that time. And yeah.
Cool, let's get on to some fun stuff.
But we'll switch the gears.
Yeah, we went. Whoa.
Dude, no, I mean, it's good.
No, it's good. I appreciate it. It's good to talk about.
Yeah. So with all of our guests, we like to do rapid fire questions.
Oh, man, I get nervous for these.
You ready?
Yeah.
I fucking love doing these. I love asking them.
Yeah, it's fun.
275 best rapid fire questions.
We're going to go through all of them?
Yep, 275 of them.
All right, better go quick.
What animal would you be in another life?
Grizzly bear.
What is your Hogwarts house?
Hufflepuff.
Really?
God, this guy, of course.
Wow, I did not expect that.
Worst one.
Just trying to chill. I'm not trying to be in all the
No parts or
competitions.
anything.
You just have
Stay
a
out of
good
everything.
Just trying to
school,
chill.
yeah. If your life was a story, what would it be titled?
The life of them. Basic ass answer.
Boring. If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing, what would it be?
Ooh, like it's too basic to say food.
Yes.
Okay, toilet paper.
Now we know why people ran and got toilet paper for the pandemic.
Name the first word that comes to your mind.
Like in general, fuck.
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas. Silly
What's your
ass
favorite
question.
season?
Christmas. It's all winter is Christmas.
Okay. What's your worst habit?
Shit. Probably grinding my teeth.
Okay. What do you impulse buy most often at a store?
Everything.
Name a person who inspires you.
My dad.
What's the first concert you ever attended?
MGMT.
What is one food you would never give up?
Pizza.
What is the best age to you?
25.
Me. I'm
Yeah.
25. What's your favorite game of all time?
Like sports game, video game.
Yeah. Whatever.
Like Call of Duty.
Gotta be.
Yeah. Through the years.
Are you an explorer or a homebody?
I'm a healthy mix of both, honestly.
I think that you are too.
Yeah.
Are you an optimist or a realist?
More of a realist.
Would you rather be social or be alone?
Someone called me actually at work. They called me what the fuck did they call me?
Antisocial.
An antisocial extrovert.
Extrovert.
Yeah. Someone called me an because I am like an extrovert, but until
You don't want to be.
yeah, it's only when I want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can pick and choose.
Mm-hmm.
Have more time or have more money?
More time.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs. What the fuck?
Travel in the country or abroad?
Probably abroad.
Rain or snow?
Snow.
Win the lottery or wake up super fit?
Win the lottery. Hire a trainer and a nutritionist.
Yeah, seriously. The fuck?
Yeah, you could just get fit.
Yeah.
You know.
Like I've been working, I still ain't a lottery winner.
Right.
Still ain't rich.
Go forward in time or go backward in time?
That's a tough one. Back.
Back?
Like to any time?
Yeah.
Back. Seeing the future would scare me.
Me too.
It would change how I live. I think it would completely change.
How far in the future would you go? Like, okay, so so for me, I feel like near future scary, but like future is not that scary.
I'd say.
You feel like near future because you would
I'd probably do 100 years.
Like that's the
Like,
earliest you would do?
yeah, because I can see my grandkids.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
see family members I still know, and see how the world progresses. Because I mean, dude, the world progressed a shit ton
In
the
this
past,
time,
in
yeah.
this past 100 years. Think of
Oh man.
the 20s. Think
Mhm.
about Peaky Blinders and how they were living compared to how we are now. You know.
I mean, in 1920, I just got my right to vote.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's wild to think about. That 1776 is when we signed the fucking Declaration of
yeah,
Independence.
but when did slavery end? No, how? No, like.
I don't know the year. I'm a bad history person, like dates and stuff like that. I don't know.
Emancipation Proclamation. Should I just look it up really quickly?
Yeah. But like just so much happens in 100 years. It's unreal.
December 6th, 1865.
1865. Okay.
Yeah. So still way too much time in
150
between.
years.
But like only 100 years ago, I got the right to vote. So
Mhm.
you're telling me from 1776 to 1920, they said fuck what the women think? Oh my God, I could never live in that time.
Yeah. Oh no, not you.
They would have hung me for sure.
No,
Like,
they would have thrown stones at you.
They would have called you a witch.
called you a witch.
yeah, it would not have been good. Okay, back to Dom. Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Go to a concert or go to a sporting event?
Concert.
If you can make up a holiday, what would it be named?
Half Christmas. Christmas in July.
Have Christmas though. What word do you absolutely hate?
See you next Tuesday.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What's the funniest prank you've ever done or has been done to you?
Oh, in college we used to do a lot of pranks between me, Bernie, and Steve. Me and Bernie were talking about this on Friday actually because me and him went hunting. He was like, "Do you remember that time I went to class and I came home and you guys moved my entire apartment room into the parking lot?"
You moved
Everything.
everything into the parking
I
lot?
took apart his bed. And I re-put it back together. Picture frames, everything in the parking lot. He got home
And put it like set it up.
Yeah, set it up exactly how his bedroom was. I just did it in the parking lot.
What did he do?
He's like, he literally saw it. He's like, you guys are putting that back in. Just walked inside.
Did you guys put it back?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, that's nice.
We used to. One of the funny ones, we put it at the Lobster in Tony's toilet. It died.
Did it grab him?
No, it died.
Oh shit.
It died.
R.I.P.
They used to mess around. I
But
remember.
did they do anything to you?
I never got pranked bad. No, not that I can think of.
Damn.
Mm-mm.
That sucks.
How about the fire extinguisher story?
Oh my gosh.
Which one?
Which
There's
one? You have
multiple?
multiple?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Only twice. 3
Do
times.
you guys
3
want to tell
times.
this one?
You
The one
wanna
that
talk about
I
the
know
bachelor
of?
party
Yeah,
one?
the bachelor party. Well,
It's not a prank. It's just
it's not a prank. He
Craziness.
just got super drunk, and then
Yeah, there's once if you guys ever get the luxury of shooting a fire extinguisher off, you will.
it does seem like a lot
You
of
will
fun.
have a thrill shoot through your body and a feeling of power.
every time you see one, you just twitch.
Oh yeah, it's
We were sending him pictures like for like weeks.
Of just
Like every time we ran into a fire extinguisher, just said to keep him away.
yeah.
I remember seeing that video on Leon's Snapchat story.
It was madness.
No, it was not Amanda's.
Madness.
It was madness.
Oh, I'm like, Amanda was not there. No, but I saw it and I was like, I just instantly texted Bailey. I'm like, Leon's Snapchat story? What the fuck? Instantly screen recorded it because I'm like, this needs to be in the archives
Yeah.
forever in a museum somewhere. It was that video could go viral 110%.
Yeah,
if you guys
it really
submitted
could've.
that,
If you did a
Barstool?
video cut of that whole day,
it all could have.
going
Oh, yeah.
to Pat O'Brien's,
That
to
was
me
the
doing-
best day.
to me doing the hurricane,
Yeah, that was the best day.
And
to
then
me
cutting to
projectile
there.
vomiting, to me shooting off the fire extinguisher, to me passing out, and then waking up and meeting you guys back out.
Oh my gosh.
We were waking
Craziness.
up after all that.
Dude,
I'm
that
like,
was
where's
so fun.
everyone? And Rob's like, they're out. I'm like, I'm going.
You know what?
He's like, you're not going. I'm like, oh, I'm going.
Us girls, we get crazy, but we don't get destructive, and that is the difference between us and you.
Buck, my college roommate, used to tell me, he's like, you're just destructive. Dom. You don't mean to be. You're just a destructive guy.
How does that make you feel?
I'm just, I don't know. I guess I could be more careful.
It's fun.
No, because like whenever I have, I just have issues that I have to get over, but I spill things a lot,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot.
Yeah.
It's really bad, and it's
Terrible new system.
Yeah, it's really bad. But like when I'm out and I'm drinking, I just spill my drink a lot. Literally, I'll be at the bar, get the drinks. Like I'm getting drinks from here. I'm not even drunk yet. Nothing's happened
You're
yet.
spilling.
And one cup topples over. Like this happens every other time I go out. It's really bad. So whenever somebody says something to me about it, I'm just like, leave me alone. I know what I do. I know what I do. I know I'm clumsy. I get it. Leave me alone. But I just need to accept it and embrace it.
Nah, I was learning it's everyone else's problem. That's what I do.
I just feel that though. I'm just such a fucking mess.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, what's the worst sound in the world to you? Oh, that's the worst thing. No, it's
Cut it.
Got it.
if I have to suffer through that, then so does everyone else.
Yeah, for real.
No, yours is probably
Oh, yeah, I hate that. Amanda does it. It was funny because I was working with Bianca a couple weeks ago, man.
Well, you just hate when people
I hate
like.
when something small, like I'm driving and like someone's on their phone and sees a picture.
me
Look at that.
and Amanda do it a
Her,
lot.
Amanda, Beta a little bit. Amanda does a lot, but it's funny because I was working with Bianca, Amanda's older sister, and she did it. And I looked at her and I was just like, you and Amanda are the same.
Like if I'm around Dom, I go, I'm like, oh sorry, I'm sorry. Like because I know he hates it so much,
Yeah.
but it's just like an instinct.
Yeah.
But Amanda is bad. Amanda goes
Oh, yeah.
like that, and I'm like, bitch.
I'm like, what? Did someone die right there next to me?
It's so bad. It's so bad. Let's see. What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Worst movie I've ever seen?
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one
Yeah, that's a hard pass.
because you don't really remember the ones
Yeah.
you hated.
There's this one. I think it's called. Nah, whatever. Fuck it.
Even like the shitty movies, I like
Really? Like what?
because it's like they're funny. Then
Yeah.
It
You know?
depends.
You make fun of it a little bit.
you know, only movie I could think of is the one we picked after. Not
After
the one
Days
I
and
picked, but the
Confused?
ones you picked. The one you picked. What was it?
Oh, that movie,
Super Troopers.
Super Troopers. That movie's hilarious.
That's a fucking great movie.
I know, but in that moment, like we were like 20 minutes in, we were like, "Fuck this movie," and we took
Dude,
it off.
Super Troopers
he loves
is
it.
so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, oh, Super Troopers
You
is
showed us
hilarious,
that, and I
yeah.
was like, "This." Me and Every time Robert leaves the house, like, bye, meow.
Bye, meow.
Bye, meow.
That movie's the best.
Okay, and this one's actually something that I thought of the other day. What do you think? You both can answer it. What do you think is the first thing people notice about you? Did I
My
ask
height.
you this? Your height.
First thing,
For sure, definitely him. Height. Me? Shit, I have no idea.
Come on, dig deep.
First thing I think people think about me.
What do you think people notice about you first? The first thing they notice about you?
Really don't know, because I'm not like tall or anything that just stands out. I don't know. I really don't know. What would you say? Yeah, for me.
Probably like you have blue eyes, like your eyes.
But like I feel like from far you wouldn't notice.
Not
Like if you
from
see
far.
me.
Like I'm looking at you and I'm
Okay.
like, oh, like it doesn't matter where I'm standing for Dom because he's so fucking tall,
Gotcha.
you know. But like when you're just like you first meet somebody,
Okay, and what about you?
my height, I'm short. I'm like the opposite.
I say that because like if I see anyone taller than me, I'm just that's a tall motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like me and Beth, I saw a guy in Walmart the other day. I'm like, he's got to be 6'9".
So tall.
I'm like, he's got to be, because I was telling Beth, I'm like, probably maybe once a month, probably more realistically every other month, I'll see
Somebody taller than you, you're saying?
somebody taller than me that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like not even that really, and I'm not that tall. I'm just 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
But
That is tall.
That's tall.
it
though.
is. But like when I see someone above 6'5", I'm like, what the.
Yeah.
It's rare.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That is
But
crazy.
like for girls, I never notice.
Their height,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
even if they're short.
But I'm not like
But they were
super
asking
tall.
me at work the other day. They're like, "How tall is your wife?" And I'm like,
I don't
"I'm
know.
like 5'8", maybe." I just guess.
5'6", 5'7".
Yeah, she's
I think.
5'6".
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why I didn't get any of that height. But they took after somebody else because my parents are both short. Like
Yeah,
Robert
I
and
know.
Beta. Robert's 5'11", Beta's
You gotta
5'6".
talk to Angie.
And I just 5'1". That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, you look different than them two too. So I don't know, Angie. Angie's got some splaining to do.
But I look like my dad and
Oh,
my
yeah,
mom.
it's
So
true,
like
yeah.
You look like
I
both of
look
them.
like their child, but like not like Robert and Beta
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
You know?
So
do you-
then when it comes to them, your mom was got some explaining.
Yeah,
No, I'm
I
kidding.
guess. I don't know. Do you ever get insecure about how tall you are or no?
No, I just hit my head a lot, straight up.
You probably love being tall.
I never really think about it.
No.
There's a lot of situations where being tall sucks. I can't
Small
stop doing
cars.
it. Cars, planes,
Oh, yeah, planes.
sleeping anywhere, hitting my head on stuff.
Definitely more
low ceilings.
disadvantages than
Yeah,
advantages.
Yeah, I can dunk, but how often am I using them? Hitting my
Yeah.
head.
Can
like,
you
more
dunk, though?
often? Yeah. Yeah. Last time
I can't picture you. I just
last
can't
time
picture
I
you playing
tried
basketball.
I could.
That's
Last
why.
time I tried, I could, but
I always think about how different your perspective of life is than me. Like he
Yeah, that's
he
drastic.
sees
Yeah.
life in a whole nother way than I do.
that's true.
Like if he's at a concert, he sees things happening that I would never see.
Mhm.
Like even in school, I used to think about like my friend JJ. He was a lot taller than me, and he came down to my level once. He's like, "This is how
One time I'm
You
insecure about my height.
in school."
No, not in school. Is when I'm in a public place, like a theater or something like that, or a concert or
crowd,
something.
yeah.
And there's people behind me
Oh,
that
yeah.
gotta see.
You, like,
Yeah.
I
feel guilty.
feel bad. Like I'm just blocking this person.
Yeah, I mean, it's not your fault, but everybody blocks me, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how tall you are. So
Yeah.
just might as well be taller, you know. Literally,
Stretch
I'm
more.
not kidding. Everybody blocks me. I'm like, this is so fucking annoying, but it's no one's fault but my own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when we were at the tailgate, we never talked about the tailgate. We never did a really big recap because our recap last week would have been about the tailgate.
Oh, gotcha.
'Cause-
Okay.
Yeah. But when we were at the tailgate, Nanta kept screaming at people, pecan pie, apple pie, or pumpkin pie. Choose one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I missed that. I didn't know.
Pumpkin.
That was
Pumpkin.
Apple.
Apple. I choose pumpkin. But she was doing it to like a bunch of random people, and I just thought it was so funny. But I would choose pumpkin 100%. People that choose apple are just crazy to me.
I want to
like
ask
apple,
all
but
the
I need ice
viewers-
cream. I would never just eat apple alone. I need it with vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
I want to ask all the viewers right now because we had an argument. But I don't remember if you. I know that Rob was for sure a part of this argument. I think Dre was a part of it too. You might have been. Is a banana or potato in the tailpipe? You guys know what I'm talking about?
It's
Like,
a
potato.
Potato.
It's a potato.
potato, yeah.
Potato. What the hell's a banana gonna do?
No, it's a potato for sure.
Why
It
would you
clogs-
put
Because
a
there's
banana
people
on
that
it?
say banana in the tailpipe.
No.
Like I've never heard
When
that.
do you say it though?
It's just not like, I guess not say it, but like if you were to think like, oh, I'm gonna
Put
plug
a
up
bit-
someone's exhaust, like potato. Like it's a classic like one of those jokes
Yeah,
or
yeah.
pranks from growing up, like young. Like
When you said banana, I was so confused. I'm like, why is this an option?
Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you.
I'm just when I thought about it, like you plug the potato
Yeah.
in. That's what people used to do, like play a prank on someone or fuck up their car or whatever, you know.
Remember that guy, Mr. Diggs, that I talked about, like the
one you hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People used to shove boiled eggs in his exhaust, like just shove them in there. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
similar to that.
Yeah, but like not a banana.
Yeah, no.
Who says banana? My
What's so
Rob, I
Robin
think your
Traber on
brother.
the banana
I
side?
think so. And then like we were at Shish Mountain, and we're walking around and we're asking people like banana or potato in the tailpipe, and a few people said banana. Like banana. I think it's from a skit.
Okay.
I think it's from an old skit, and that's why some people say banana, but it's definitely potato.
Yeah, I would never say banana. If you guys could witness any historical event, what would you want to be there for? Isn't that a crazy question? You guys can think about it for a little bit. I've been thinking about it for like a week, and I haven't been able to choose anything.
The crucifixion of Jesus Christ.
That's a good one.
Samir.
That is.
Samir's
That's
like,
like
when Muhammad talked to
somebody.
somebody.
I literally today I was like, hey, woman suffrage. When I got we got the right to vote, I was like, that's literally all I can think of. Or like,
My mind went straight to like the JFK,
okay.
but that's like negative. Like I'd probably
know.
rather go to something like
Well,
positive.
I saw a TikTok about it, and a lot of people said like 9/11 because it's just like such a big fucking part of life.
I would
you know?
probably say like Independence Day. Like actual Independence Day.
like
Like
in 1776.
yeah. It's probably lit. Think about 4th of July nowadays.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah, but they didn't have all the things that we have to
Oh, they were
celebrate it.
fucking around, don't worry.
You know what I was thinking about the other day though is the top 5 or the dinner party thing. And I think did I say a pharaoh at one point?
Yeah.
Like I would want to see how the fuck
The
where the pyramids.
how
did
they got
build it?
built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say that's a historical event?
Yeah, but that's like over
Yeah,
like
it's not-
100, like
Yeah,
God knows how
I
long it
guess.
took.
It's
You
more
know,
of like a timeline.
Right.
Like a-
that's more of like a timeline. But and like
When
you
the
kind of
last-
don't want to see
when
the last piece,
brick
the top
like
piece.
the ribbon cutting ceremony
Like all right, you can end it,
at the pyramids.
with the aliens.
the
there.
pharaoh was cutting it.
man. But
I know it's a
that's
really
a good
hard
question
one.
though. That's
it's
a fun
It's
question.
a good question, and if you want to think about it, we can talk about it another time. But and then I was thinking things like I was thinking so many negative things like Titanic, Pearl Harbor. Like, why am I thinking all these things?
Yeah, but
I
to
don't-
witness it, you'd be on it. You know,
Yeah, I don't know.
or like 9/11. Like how close do you want to be? Like,
yeah, not close.
yeah, you don't want to be on the plane, but do you want to like be like
Far away
10
from
buildings away, kind of?
Nowhere
Yeah.
near it.
I can't. Like, I'm trying to think of like a good historical event. So
yeah, it's
Like a positive one.
yeah.
Yeah, like Independence Day, I guess.
But that's
or-
why I said like when women suffrage, like when women got the right to
Yeah.
vote. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that would be such a great,
that'd be fun.
you know,
Empowering,
for
yeah.
us, you know. You guys are gonna be like, Fia, what the fuck? That's not even a historical event. But I was watching Friends the other day, and it's the episode when Chandler and Monica get together. Spoiler alert.
got it.
It's that episode. I was like, man, I would have loved to watch this live.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that
Yeah.
I was around for that. Or like Seinfeld's, like the last episode was in Times Square, like on the jumbotron.
Oh,
Like,
really?
people were
That's
like
tight.
watching the last episode of Seinfeld, like those moments.
I changed my answer
Oh, you did? Okay, go ahead.
to last time the Lions won a playoff game.
Man, that's so whack.
Just so
if it was like Super Bowl, then okay, but
Yeah.
that's like embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's a good. I know you're being funny, but like, how embarrassing is that for the Lions?
When was the last time they won a playoff game?
I think they won one game under. No, they didn't win the game under Matt.
It was like
Stafford.
when we beat like Dallas or some shit.
1992. So before I was born. So never in my life have they won a playoff game.
Wow.
1992.
Mm-hmm.
What date?
You're like,
Oh,
it's
that's
gonna,
playoffs.
it's
I
gonna be
was born.
January, February.
Yeah, I was born.
wow, just
Oh,
right
yeah.
there. You just got in.
No, because you were born 92, right?
92.
Yeah, November.
Oh my god.
Wait, when? Oh, they January. Oh,
But what if they won in 92 like December?
I mean,
but they didn't.
current.
What if they changed the dates? Like, what if playoffs started like months
Maybe
earlier?
you might be right, but probably not.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like if the timing of when the playoffs used to be like the end of the year.
Like maybe back then the Super Bowl wasn't in February.
I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
but didn't you just say 1992?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
year, but I was
Oh, we
born
don't know
late.
the date.
I was
the
born
date,
then,
the
yeah.
date, the date. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I have one last thing I want you guys to talk me through. So I was on a walk the other day, and I found a $20 bill on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I grabbed it because it was just in the middle of the grass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who's going to get that?
It's yours.
Yeah.
It's yours.
I felt so bad about it.
No.
But no one was around?
No one was around.
Yeah, it's yours, 100%. Be happy.
I was walking
Only
away
happy.
and I was like, yay, but also I feel really bad.
That someone lost $20.
Somebody lost $20.
Yeah.
That person will find $20 worth of things in their life. It all comes and goes.
It'll weigh out.
It all
It's a
weighs
good way
out.
to think about it.
It all weighs
But
out.
like, there's
Like,
no.
I've
around.
lost money, but then again, I've had like packages come to my house where UPS thought it was delivered or thought it was lost, but it came. You know,
Mhm.
and it's like, oh, I got this free item now. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Like-
feel like stuff like that happens
That
to you a lot.
happens to my mom.
Yeah.
My mom has gotten like 2 of like a designer purse like sent to her. Like I forget multiple things, but it does happen to me sometimes. Maybe it's just
What do you mean? Like it gets sent and then
they just send 2 of like 2.
they just sent 2 of them?
twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that's tight.
Yeah, I
Fuck
feel like
yes.
Beatrice told me that's happened,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
just like, I've never been that lucky.
Mm-hmm.
My ass sends it to the wrong place all the time. Like for legit months that I lived here, I knew what my address was, but at one time I put a 6 at the end of my address. 560. I probably shouldn't say my address. I put a 6 at the end of it rather than a 7, and
8.
rather than 8. Whatever. Come over, guys.
Got it.
Lives in Warren.
Okay, so I put the wrong number at the end once, and then it kept autofilling, and I didn't know.
Oh man.
So then my
shit.
package kept getting delivered across the street, and the guy came over and he was like, I think that you guys have the wrong address on your like delivery thing. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was wondering.
Because you're ordering on your laptop. And
Yeah,
then it
I'm wondering where all my
automatically
fucking
fills out.
packages are going,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
they have all my stuff, a bunch of Lululemon leggings, fucking hairbrushes, who knows.
You got anything coming up?
Yeah, this weekend, me, Dre, and Chris and Bernie might come on Sunday. We got our first little hunting trip we're gonna do for
Oh,
a
yeah.
weekend. So
You're going on a hunting
dope.
trip?
yeah, we're just going up to the Thumb for Friday through Sunday.
Wow.
It's gonna be
You'll
perfect.
definitely.
We got low atmospheric
across some
pressure.
shit.
I hope so. Public land is hard. I'm realizing that now. It's my first year hunting. Kind of always wanted to hunt, and then had foreign parents and foreign family, and no one really hunted. And then we're sitting at a bonfire, and we're
Yes.
talking to Fia's friend Chris, and he hunts. I'm like, I've always wanted to get into it, man. I want to bow hunt. Like, I think bow hunting is the coolest thing. Like, brings you back to like primal days. You know, it's
Mhm.
like manly stuff like that. So I was like, I want to do it. He's like, I'll teach you. And I'm like, yeah. And Dre was like, I want to try it too. I'm like, I
just
went.
took off.
I went the next day and bought everything because it's something I always wanted to do and just never got the opportunity. And I was like,
because you want to go with someone, you're not gonna go hunting
yeah,
by yourself.
yeah. And Chris taught me a lot, and like other people have taught me stuff too. But like, I just, you know, how when you want to learn about something, like we all have our random knowledge, and we know I got deep into the weeds. So all I did was for like a month.
Yeah.
From when I bought my bow up until the first day of hunting season, I probably watched at least an hour of YouTube videos.
That's
a day.
just who you are, though. Like,
Yeah,
when
I get
you-
obsessive over things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like that too, though. I have
Mhm.
like a very obsessive personality, which thank God I haven't like been obsessed with or addicted to other things. But I feel like you always find something and then you're like instantly obsessed, but you learn about it so quickly.
Yeah, I stick with it. I mean,
Yeah, and
Beta
there's
makes
that
fun of me because she's like, oh, you're going to get obsessed over this too. I'm like, but things I really get like obsessed over, like hobbies wise, are like golf, bowling,
Bow hunting, like positive thing. You're
hunting,
saying
Yeah.
like
hunting, video games.
It's all good
Well,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, so and
Yeah,
it's like things that I'm
you're
going
not addicted to gambling.
things I'm going to try to do for the rest of my life, you know. So it's stuff like that. So I think it's worth it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely do have a very addictive personality. And like once I start to try to learn about something, like dude, there was a time when I was buying the sound bar for my TV where I could tell you everything about every sound bar that was on the market. Like yeah, I could tell you,
You
the
had
best.
that's patience, though.
Like
Yeah.
you
Like-
look into shit.
Oh, forums. Like forums are the best. That's the thing. Like nowadays, you can learn how to do anything because you got forums, you got YouTube videos. You can learn how to do. It's all out there. Whatever you're trying to do, someone out there figured it out.
Already, yeah.
Pretty much, unless it's time travel, but they probably figured that out too.
You guys think it's actually real?
Probably.
Do you
Could be.
think so?
They say
So my big thing on stuff like that, like aliens or conspiracy theories or whatever, or that, it's just like, probably not, but it could.
But who knows?
But I'm not. Who am I to say it's
No.
not happening? Am I smart enough to fucking crack the code that like get down to like I've been working on this fucking formula for 32 years and I still haven't cracked it? Like it's impossible. No, hell no. I'm playing video games
Yeah.
and reading about
it's
anesthesia.
possible someone might do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like, okay, look, I just thought about this. What if time traveling is made 1,000 years from now.
Yeah.
And then that person
Yeah, it
comes
comes
back to
back
this time,
here.
and now it's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, or something like that, or is able to bring it with them. Who knows how that shit works?
Well, once time travel is at some point, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
true.
So
Time was just invented by the government to slow us down.
Yes, man. Amazing. There's so there is a conspiracy about like time travel or whatever. Like Nikola Tesla made it possible or whatever, and then like
I've heard
he
that.
died or something, and then the like lawyer or the person like the government sent to like to the apartment was Donald Trump's like uncle.
That's why Donald Trump is.
And then they say like, so that guy went there and then stole a bunch of shit from like Nikola Tesla's apartment or house or whatever the fuck it was, and then used that knowledge for himself, and either it was already built.
I hate to
that's like
laugh at it, but it's just
a lot of it's
comical.
far fetched.
You know, like it just. I hate to laugh at it because I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
well,
Like,
Every time I think of a conspiracy,
It is
I think of
funny,
the episode
but-
of, Charlie from Charlie.
When Nicole,
Day.
I never looked into it like that, but
Yeah.
Nikola Tesla is one of the smartest people to ever live. So now, was he actually looking into time travel? What if he was like
probably.
working
I'm
on
sure,
it?
yeah.
Like, what if he was working on it?
Ever
you know?
since I've watched Interstellar, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I like have a different view of science because they made science so magical in that movie.
Mhm.
Like it intertwined. Like
Was it Thor I was just watching that they're like, oh yeah, just go watch Interstellar. It explains it really well. I think in the new Thor movie.
about like time being relative.
yeah, which I really love in movies or TV shows when they mention other movies and
Yes.
TV shows. I love
or
that.
like when there's a character who's in another TV show,
Uh-huh.
they mention that TV show in the movie or in the TV show that they're in now. I love that shit.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
love that
funny.
too.
Okay, well that's all I have. You guys have anything else?
Nah, it was a good episode.
You guys do anything fun this weekend?
I am chilling this weekend because I have been non-fucking
Yeah, I ain't doing
stop.
shit.
Good.
Yeah. We should have a movie night. We haven't had a movie night in a long
Yeah.
time.
Thursday night.
What's Thursday
I'm
night?
down.
We got to watch, there's a couple movies we got to watch. Foxhound, which is one I mentioned the other day.
Yeah.
Really good movie.
Or when does Black Panther come out? We could actually go
November
watch
11th.
it.
If it comes out, is that Thursday? No, tomorrow's the 9th.
Friday?
Friday. Comes out Friday. But it might come out Thursday night. If it comes out Thursday night, I'll get tickets.
I'll be down.
I'll go.
Okay, well if we'll let you know if we
We'll
watch
figure
it.
it out.
We'll give you guys a review. Okay, well thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks
Thank you,
for
Dom.
doing it 3
Killed it.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, Dom had
Yeah,
to
you guys missed like a solid 4 or 5 really funny jokes.
Yeah, I'll try to you know
4 or
what?
5 minutes were like.
Okay, I'm going to try to
Prime.
do this. I'm going to try very hard to do this. Get the clips from the beginning episodes or the beginning 2 ones that we did, intros, and
And then,
put them
like-
at the end.
Oh, okay.
So
Like a
everybody can
bloopers,
see our
that'd be
little
funny.
bloopers
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
That'd be
episode.
funny.
The people listening, you won't get the quality too well. So if you want to head over to YouTube and watch them, but I'm going to do that because that's fucking funny. And
Yeah, hell yeah.
those are really
Definitely
good
do it.
jokes and everything like that.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
okay, thanks for watching. See you guys next week. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Episode 14. Today feels weird because we are recording the week that we post it.
Yeah.
This
In a different location too.
in a different location too. So it's very new for all of us sitting on this couch. It's almost like it's all our first time.
Yep.
It's definitely mine. Nothing new to me.
We have Dom here with us. Hello, Dom.
Welcome.
You'll learn a little bit more about him after our fact check, of course. Did you guys have a good day today?
Yeah, it was a good day.
Did you guys vote?
It was voting day. Yeah.
Good.
First time.
First time voting?
First time voting.
Really?
Wow.
Even for like
Never voted before.
ever, not even presidential or nothing like
I
that?
did like high school homecoming and prom king and queen. I voted for that stuff, but that's about it.
Hey, that's what matters though.
That's not
You
rigged.
know, you voted for like class clown and shit.
Could
All
be
that.
could be rigged though. Who knows?
How we looking?
Okay, we're good. Dom was just a little quiet.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. That's okay. Okay, let me get into our facts. I honestly forgot what we even talked about, so thank God I did these facts last week.
Okay.
You know, like last week's episode feels like a
2
month
weeks
ago.
ago.
Yeah. Okay. Going into fact check. Call back to Robert's episode. Kara listened to it late, and she was listening to it, and she Snapchatted me, and she said,
The hell she been doing?
I know, right? I know.
I hate that. People are like, yeah, just listen to that. I'm like, it's been like 5 days, man.
I know. She's lucky. She's lucky I'm even adding this tidbit. Next time, listen on time. Anyway, her great grandma, Busha Mary, is 107. So she was part of the greatest generation. When we were talking about
really?
generations,
Wow.
yeah. Isn't that crazy? 107 years old.
You guys should bring her on next.
Right?
Yeah.
I wonder if she...
A lot to ask her.
A lot to ask. Close to your old historical people that you really want to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Boys Meets World. I watched the Halloween episode that you were talking about. Did you?
Yep.
If anyone is interested in watching it, it is called And Then There Was Sean. It's season 5, episode 17. What happens is Sean has a dream.
I know. I didn't want to ruin it, though, but now you just ruined it.
Oh, okay.
Because I was going to text you guys saying the same thing, and I didn't.
So they didn't really die, obviously.
So they didn't really die, but it was his dream. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay, George.
Do you remember that episode or no?
I do. I just don't remember all the little tidbits, but I remember watching it.
Yeah.
But don't you hate, though, like those shows and movies, mostly not movies, but like TV shows when it's episode and then it ends up being a dream at the end?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so it was just a waste of an episode.
That's
it's cool
so
to
true,
see.
It was like a waste of like the story. Well, kind of. It was a waste of the storyline.
It was a filler episode,
It was a
really.
filler episode for Halloween.
Yeah.
But
a lot
Topanga
of shows.
It showed because Sean was like mad that Corey was broken up with Topanga, because then I ended up watching like the next 2 episodes.
So did I. So did I.
Did you guys ever watch is it Girl Meets World? Is that the spinoff?
Yes.
Yeah,
and
I think
embarrassingly enough, I did, and I actually got hooked to the storyline. That one was more after school, especially, so talks about like friendship in a different way that's cheesier than Boys Meets World.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
I watched like the first episode or first or second, and that was it.
Yeah, that I feel like Boys Meets World, because we grew up with it.
Boy
and
Meets
then,
World.
I was just
Boy
gonna
Meets
say
World,
Boy Meets
sorry.
World, but I was about to be petty.
Sorry.
The first time I felt bad, I was like, she just made a mistake.
Boy Meets World, whatever. I've called it Boys Meets World. Did I say Girls Meets World or Boys Meets World?
I don't know what you said about the girls part.
Are you guys making fun of me because I keep putting an S after it?
Yeah, boys.
Okay,
yeah.
It's,
I mean, there's multiple boys.
I know, and that's why I feel like my whole life I was
but-
just like Boys Meets World. But it makes more sense for it to be called
Boys
that.
Meets World. No.
The Boys Meet the World.
Yeah, but it's Corey.
It's Corey.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot what I was going to say, so I'm just going to move on from it. Anyway, we were talking about Of Mice and Men, which one's smart, which one's dumb, because James Franco was in the play or whatever. Yeah. George is the smart one, and Lenny is the big one who got shot at the end. Spoiler alert.
Look at the rabbit.
Yeah.
You gotta start doing spoilers before.
I know. I keep
By the way, this is a spoiler that I just told you already.
I know. Oops. Well, if you didn't read that book in or junior high or high school, then
that's
you're
the
never
thing,
gonna
like,
read it.
That's what I was saying. Like, if you spoil something 50 years later, it's your fault. You fucking took so long to.
Right.
Like, if we talk about Iron Man,
yeah.
like, hey, that movie came out.
Yeah.
Over 10 years ago, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Or even
what was it?
Even like Game of Thrones or something. At this point.
Yeah, like at this point.
Yeah, it's
we're
a
just not gonna
phenomenon.
talk
Like,
about it.
you should have watched it. If you didn't watch it, sorry.
You know what we never talked about? And I fucking absolutely loved it. What's that show during the pandemic that everyone went crazy about? The
Tiger King?
No, yeah, that too. Tiger King. No, the Korean one. Was it Korean?
Oh, Squid Games?
Oh, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I need to rewatch it. You never watched it?
Squid Games
I watched like the
nonstop.
first 3 episodes, but I didn't finish it.
You gotta be kidding me.
I didn't.
Dude, I'm about to rewatch it. Because I just miss it. I loved it so much.
I do feel very out of it. Like, I'm
surprised.
I don't know, something about it.
Did you not like it?
I liked it, but I wasn't, like, it didn't do to me what it did to other people.
Oh my god, no.
I could watch it again just because, like, so many different shows like that you just binge fast. Like, I don't really remember. I do remember the basis of what ends, you know, in that show. But even, like, any show that you binge, it's just, you forget.
It flies by,
Yeah.
But did you watch it in English or Korean?
Korean.
Yeah, good. That's how I did it. I'm surprised you did.
I don't know, something about it.
Rewatch it.
No, I did it in English.
Did you?
Yeah, it was kind of because it made it like a little bit comical too. Like the lips and everything was way off, and like obviously there was like a translation issue some parts, and it just didn't make sense. It was just funny, honestly.
Well, I started it in Korean because when I just like pressed play, it was in Korean.
Yeah.
Watched the whole first episode. Then I thought, I'm like, this gotta be in English too, you know. So then I started like 5 minutes of the second episode in English, and I was already hooked to the Korean version, you know. So then I just flipped back to Korean, and then
I feel like I heard from both like sides People like the English, people like the Korean better. But yeah, it blew up, and I don't know what about it I could not get drawn to, but I'll try again.
Get back to it.
I'll try again. Stan Lee's real name is actually Stanley Martin Lieber.
Okay.
So
I never knew that. Really.
So it's not Stan Lee. How I was like, oh, his name's just Stanley.
But it's spelled separately.
It's
that
spelled-
kind of like his?
Yeah, I think it's because Stanley is his first name, but Lieber, Stan Lee.
So it's Stanley
Is his middle
Lee?
name? Is his middle name Lee?
No, it's Stanley
Lieber.
Martin Lieber.
Martin Lieber.
Oh, okay. So Lee is technically short for Lieber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Or it could just be like
Stan
Lee.
Lee.
He dropped the Y in it. And he
Could. I don't know. I guess that's something I'm going to have to fact check again. No, I'm just joking. Okay, so Stanley's tweet about Tom Holland. Because remember I was like, he said Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man.
Yeah, Marvel shit would have been good with Dom.
I know.
Because he knows more
Well,
than me.
That was my
That was his
recommendation.
recommendation.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
You should have waited.
So it says, I think Tom Holland is a great Spider-Man. He is the exact height and age I envisioned when I wrote Spider-Man. Spidey was never supposed to be too large. How is my friend Tom doing? That's what he tweeted. What a little
That's
cutie
funny,
old man. He also said,
You think he tweeted that himself?
yes, I do. Or maybe he was like, can you guys tweet this for me? And like, he's sitting there at his desk, just like waiting, or somebody's just typing while he's talking. I could see that. But just the way it's worded. How
Do
is
you
my
think this is something you should check for fact check next time? But like, do you think Stan Lee writes his own he wrote his own cameos?
Yes.
He wrote his own parts in there.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like
That is a good fact check.
I feel like he was such a funny guy and like wanted to really be a part of all of those.
Yeah.
So I feel like he definitely wrote his own cameos.
Is he dead now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he also said about Tom, it's as if we created a living being to be Spider-Man, and it turned out to be Tom. So that's pretty cool. That'd be so cool to hear.
Oh yeah.
From like the creator of Spider-Man.
If someone told me that I was like created to play Spider-Man, I wouldn't get out of the suit.
No,
I was gonna be like, I'm Spider-Man now.
surgically.
Keep it under
change my
keep it
name. I
under your
literally
clothes
changed
and
my
all
name to Peter Parker.
And also more Spider-Man facts. So sorry, but the Amazing Spider-Man, Uncle Ben does die. I had to fact check that. I said like I don't think we saw Uncle Ben die.
But we saw him in it?
We did, yeah. Because I remembered the actor in it, but then I couldn't remember him dying or like anything he actually ever really did. But then I rewatched the scene, and he does die in that one. Okay, so you were talking about Rubber Band Man, the song.
Rubber Band Man, yep.
Yep. And you're correct. It's at the beginning of Infinity War, and I was thinking of Mr. Blue Sky at the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
Yep.
which is also a banger.
I said Endgame though.
Oh,
but it's at the beginning of Infinity War.
of Infinity War. Yep, and yeah,
Okay.
the beginning of Infinity War. Yep.
I still don't believe it. I want to say Endgame.
Speaking of songs and movies, I refuse to listen to that new Rihanna song all the way through. Like, I've only heard the first like 2 verses because I want to hear it
For Black Panther?
I want to hear it for Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh,
When does
like-
Black Panther come out?
This week, right? Yeah.
Oh my
weekend,
gosh,
yeah.
it's my parents' anniversary. I
Is
wonder
it?
if they'll go for the
They're gonna go to Wakanda.
right. I'm so excited to. I'm really interested to see how they do make that movie.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah.
do you think like he dies in it?
Yeah, I think he does. I think that Rihanna song, like, I don't think, sorry, spoiler, but I think this is known for the most part. I think the Rihanna song is during his funeral in the movie.
Gotcha.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I'm happy they're doing that. I'm
Yeah.
happy it's not just like
Taking him out
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, no.
yeah. That way they can like honor Chadwick
Mm-hmm.
in a really nice way. So I was talking about Star Wars, or we were talking about Star Wars, and I said it's probably the most successful film franchise, but actually it's number 2 at 10.2 million in box office.
Let us guess the first.
Okay, go ahead.
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
Film
Like,
franchise?
I almost...
film franchise.
Well, is it Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not yeah.
I'm like, do I say?
I was
There's
just
also
gonna say,
like
I was just
100 fucking movies.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say Star Trek, but I feel like that's not a big like. It's not like a film.
It's
Star
not a
Trek's
movie.
a show.
No, it's a show.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that. I never got into Star Trek.
No, I didn't either. The new movies look kind of cool.
I'm sure we'd like it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Marvel came in at number 1 at $22.5 billion.
But because there's
What
also
was
like
Star
100.
Wars?
Yeah. 10.2 billion in box office. So
Well, Star Wars is getting up there too. There's like
there's
11
that's what I
movies.
was thinking about. I was like, well, yeah, MCU has a ton of movies, but then I was thinking about how many Star Wars actually has, and
I think it's 11.
there's quite a lot.
And like Star Wars was more of a time where like, hey, let's take the family out. We're gonna go see a movie.
Go to the movies,
like
right.
people, it was more common to go to the movies.
Right, yeah. Oh, so Samir was talking about the average millionaire and when they make their first million. And I found out that it says data collected by Betway Insider has revealed the average age to become a millionaire is only 37. Becoming a first-time billionaire takes a bit longer, with the average age of coming in at 51. So,
damn.
Yeah.
It must have went down. It used to be like mid-40s.
That's what I feel like it
but
was.
I knew it was going to go down because, like, the new age, now people are...
There's so many ways.
There's so many millionaires now.
Yeah, to make money. Yeah.
NFTs, man. These people are making millions at...
I knew that was a
14,
fucking bust.
15 years old. Oh, yeah, 100%.
I knew NFT was going to be a fucking bust. Like, buying, like, $50,000 gorillas.
A picture of a
I,
gorilla.
honest to God, tried so hard to understand what NFTs mean, and I truly
Nobody
cannot.
knows.
So you buy, like,
It's a
an
non-fungible
idea.
token.
It's not
Like,
funny.
you just buy an
That
idea.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
I don't really know much about that.
I don't know shit, and I looked into it, and, like...
that's what I'm saying. Like, I Googled it, YouTubed it, I'm like...
Like, people literally just digitally created images and sold them for X amount, whatever someone was willing to pay. I don't know, like... And, like, technically, they're a form of currency. Like, an NFT is a form of currency, but, like, it's like right now, like, I don't know, however many years ago when Bitcoin and digital coins were coming out, like, people were like, oh, it'll never be
a thing.
that people can never pay with a Bitcoin, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we now think, like, we'll never be able to pay with it. Probably not, because it's a fucking image, but...
Yeah.
I just don't get it at all. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher were on Dax's podcast talking specifically about, like, NFTs and, like, Bitcoin and all that stuff.
Like, they were into it?
They're obsessed with it. Yeah, they, like, have so much knowledge on
money
it.
to fuck with.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
I would have bought an 8.
Yeah, we buy this $50,000 monkey with a banana.
Yeah, I truly
You're
don't
right.
get
It might take off, like how you said, like Bitcoin initially, people thought, but it might take off again. Like it took off, and then it crashed.
I feel like the different thing is that it's like a copycat. Like it feels like a copycat of like Bitcoin or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Like let's try to create a different digital form of currency when this is literally like the other digital form of currency is still on its way up.
Yeah. I just like money. Can't we just keep it to money?
Yeah. Well, they made like there's like universes you can like buy land in. Did you know that? Like you could buy land on like a certain platform, and it's like you buy land for like $200,000, and
What?
you're living
And,
next door to
metaverse?
and like you're living next door to Snoop Dogg and shit, and like there's like subdivisions that are like the premium ones, and then like people are hoping like 20 years from now you resell it for like $5 million.
But like, what do you do with
last,
that land?
I don't know. I can only last like 2 hours in the Oculus before I start getting like
no, for sure. How about
one time I accidentally went in like the Facebook metaverse, whatever, and there was like people, and somebody came up to me and was like, "Hi," and I wasn't talking. They're like, "Why aren't you talking to me?" And I was like, "How do I get out of here?" I was so
I know,
scared.
it's weird.
I was so scared. I didn't mean to. I was like, I didn't know how to. I even got there. I had no idea.
When I got the Oculus, I did that like the courtside basketball games, checking it out there. And it's like you're like other people are like talking to you, like like talking shit and everything like that. It's funny.
It's so weird.
But it's weird.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, so the Oculus, you obviously got like the games, like golf and all that. Like that's cool. Like love that.
Beat Saber.
When you guys were doing the what was that army game, that war game? You guys
Population 1.
Population 1. It's like the biggest game on.
No, that's tough.
So these guys were playing it, So whatever, I buy it, I jump on with them, and 10 minutes in, I'm like dripping in sweat, not from moving, but like my brain, like I was getting so nauseous. Like if you like touched like my thigh and like my cat, like literally soaking wet. And then like I was like told him, I'm like, I gotta get off, and like I like took it off, and then like for like an hour I just laid on the couch like about to throw up.
Yeah,
like,
there's that one airplane one that's like the aviation one that I don't get like car sick. I don't get motion sickness from roller coasters, nothing. And I had the Oculus on, and I put it on right when I put it on. The second I saw myself in the airplane, I was like, I'm gonna throw up. It was the craziest feeling.
I feel like it takes getting used to too. Like at that time when we first all got the Oculus and stuff, I was playing it all the time. Mm-hmm. So like I could play those games. I was like, all right, I'm like kind of used to this and stuff. When I just started getting back into it, like within the past month, I'm like, all right, it's getting cold out again. And play the Oculus a little bit. It's like a winter video game.
Yeah,
you know what
for sure.
I mean? Because we can golf and stuff on there too. So when I went and played some game, I'm like, holy shit! Like, this feels funky. Like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just gonna stick to like the sports ones, fun sports ones.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to do a little clarification. Josie messaged me about it, and I think that she's right. So we were talking about the human design, whatever, and it said that you and me both should decide things emotionally, right?
Go with our gut type thing?
Go with our gut type thing, but it said, like, emotional.
You
like,
catch
whatever.
that? Like that human design?
I remember,
it's hard.
but
I was confused.
Yeah.
It's like another one of those numerology, astrology type things.
Yeah, so it basically said, like, I in the beginning, I thought it was saying, like, what I do. And it said you decide things through your emotions or emotionally, whatever. And for some reason, whenever I am called emotional or say, like, you think too emotionally, whatever, I get really triggered. Like, I don't want to be emotional. But Josie was like, it's not a bad thing to be emotional or to be in touch with your emotions or to decide things emotionally. I was like, you're so fucking right. Like, and she said to me, and I really thank her for this because it really, like, opened my mind a little bit to it, that, like, just because you hear the word emotional doesn't mean it's a bad thing, and and you're, like, in touch with your emotions, so you are able to decide things emotionally, and it can benefit you rather than the opposite. So I just want to say, being emotional is not a fucking bad thing.
No,
and you
definitely being in touch with your emotions is good, especially if you know your emotions, everything like that.
Yeah.
And you be able to know that and think logically. That's when you're gonna make the best decisions.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm going to think emotionally here. I know this is my emotion, but I need to be logical about it as well and kind of intertwine both of them.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I feel like.
Definitely. Yeah. But I feel like there's.
Because if it's all emotions, you're going to get married like 6 times.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And I feel like you get, like how you said, like sometimes you get like triggered or defensive or whatever. But that's because if someone, like, if I were to call you emotional, I'm using that against you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, Fia, you're so emotional. That's so awesome.
Exactly.
Like,
I've never
no
heard
one
it.
says that.
Yeah, I've never
it's
heard it. It's
always like, why are you
way.
being, like, if we're arguing about something or,
Why are you being so emotional?
Yeah,
about
like
it?
it's used against you. So in that sense, you kind of,
yeah.
not that you should get defensive about it, but, like, they're using it against you.
Yeah, it makes sense. But also, like, you can just, like, go back and be like, because I'm passionate about it. That's why I'm emotional about it. Because I actually give a fuck, you know? And it's fine and cool to fucking care about things.
Yeah.
You know? So, I just, thanks, Josie. I really appreciate it.
It's cool to care.
It's cool to care. Just like today. You should have gone and voted because it's cool to care. Okay, that's all I have for facts. So, I think it's a good time to switch the camera, and then we'll get into Dom.
Oh, I was gonna say earlier. I was like, anytime I say something, I'm just gonna yell, "Cut it!"
We talked about it. I remember. That's why I feel like that's the first time maybe I had a conversation with you.
Maybe.
But okay, so when do you remember? You remember, like,
I remember Friendsgiving because it was at your house.
Yeah.
That was the first. I don't remember. Like, probably our earliest memories I have.
Okay, wait, pause really quick.
Cut it!
Okay, is it gone? What?
It's all fucked up.
Oh my god.
What
It
happened?
stopped at like 3 minutes.
It just stopped recording at 3 minutes?
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Good thing it's not 30 minutes in. Well, it is, I guess, 30 minutes
have to
in.
restart.
Exactly.
How deep in?
Yeah, you have to restart.
Whoa, good thing that wasn't in the
Oh my god.
That burp I just had. How deep
It
in
only recorded 3 minutes.
Yes.
I mean, we
Restart
didn't
the
make
whole
it through the
thing.
fact check.
Restart
We just
the
made
whole
it through fact checks, that's it.
Barely.
But fact checks and
Fact
then a
check
little
was
bit
at
of...
19 minutes.
But now how are we going to be genuine? Oh, yeah. When was the first time? Like, it's all right.
I'm really sorry.
That's okay. We have a lot to talk about.
Okay, fuck this shit.
That's the first time that happened.
Ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Bad luck.